We're back again. It's Tape Don't Lie podcast. We're live. We're on YouTube. Check us out. Like I said, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We want to thank the about 200 subscribers we got from the last episode. Appreciate you guys subscribing. Yeah, we had a good little jump there. So we appreciate all you guys. Everybody spreading the word. Everybody showing us love on Twitter. Everybody asking us questions. We love it. Like I said, we're going to keep giving you guys this great content. Keep giving you all this information. Whatever you need, you're going to get it from us. All right. So remember to follow me on Twitter at the Mark John NFL. Follow BD Williams at BD Williams 18 on Twitter, right? And then, like I said, make sure you hit the subscribe button. This week, we're talking about the tough matchup and the preview with the undefeated and former Super Bowl champions and Super Bowl favorite Kansas City Chiefs, which is going to be probably the toughest matchup the Raiders have had all season. It's going to be a tough one. We're going to
be every team's toughest matchup all year.
Yes. And we're going to get into how it's really not the offense this year. That's the scarier part of this is that this team is not led by the offense. The offense is still really good.
Right. But
the defense, man, is pretty damn special. So we're going to be getting into that. Going to some breakdowns. We can do a little offense. We could look, what Patrick Mahomes looks like, a little CEH, see what Andy Reid's cooking up down there. So we're going to give you guys a lot of information, give you the quick preview episode. So like I said, make sure you subscribe. Check out all the episodes. Go ahead, check out BD's Maurice Hurst breakdown too. If you get a chance, listen to this episode. I mean, that does not have to do with previews or reviews or anything. Just check that out. Check out his breakdown there. It's really good. So go ahead, check that out and see what you can learn about Maurice Hurst. We're gonna miss this week. So
we're definitely gonna miss Maurice Hurst. But I think that, and we'll talk about it soon. They don't look like the same Chiefs team on offense. Obviously they're still dangerous.
Yeah.
Because Andy Reid is incredible play caller.
Mm-hmm.
And even if they're down, they can still make magic happen. From anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But there's definitely some hiccups that I was surprised to see when I was going through the tape. So I mean, shoot, let's just get into it.
Let's get into it.
All right. So the first thing that I noticed on tape is when Patrick Mahomes is trying to push the ball vertical outside the numbers, okay, perimeter shots in the passing game. He's been throwing throughout 4 weeks quite a few turnover-worthy passes here, okay, and no one's been able to come down with one yet, and it will definitely be one of the keys to victory here is the Raiders coming away with a turnover on defense. It's going to have to be a must to get this team off the field, But so far, a lot of his passes outside and vertical, defenders have been able to get their hands on. And I think a lot of this is just a product of, the shortened preseason activities as far as, them getting together and getting the chemistry right. I fully expect this to get right for them. But there is a lot of moving parts, and the further the ball goes down the field, the more the chemistry has to be correct. And right now it looks like either, Mahomes' receivers aren't dialed in or he's just airmailing some passes, deep vertical here. So that's definitely something to look at. If the Raiders can come away with a pick, maybe on something like this, that's going to be huge for them. The other chink in their armor, I would say, is their tackles so far have struggled in pass protection and allowed the most amount of pressures on Mahomes. We see here both of these guys get thrown back into the quarterback. Mitchell Schwartz, I feel like he hadn't given up a sack in like years, and he gives up like 3 sacks in 4 games here. So definitely something to keep your eye on. Max Crosby going up against Mitchell Schwartz. Hopefully he can, get his first sack against Patrick Mahomes. But also on the other side, Eric Fisher. He hasn't been stellar out here in pass protection either. So If the Raiders have any chance of getting after the passer with how long Patrick Mahomes holds the ball, it's going to be against those tackles. But they are still obviously an incredible team, and when they get down into the red zone, it's basically an automatic touchdown. Okay, with all the skill players they have to throw to down here, you got obviously Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, right? But they're gonna, do things with other players, you know, and they're going to really make you play sound disciplined football. And it's basically impossible to stop all these looks that they have down here in the red zone. We see the same play that Foster Moreau scored against the Bears last year. Travis Kelce hooks up with a touchdown. We got Tyreek Hill motioning into the backfield as a running back, and then them just underhand shovel pass to the fullback, just like stuff that is just like, what? How do you defend all this, this is going to be an incredible test for them. Patrick Mahomes can get it done with his legs as well if you got everyone covered, which is even then a tall task, and then they got, McCole Hardman, on a little jet sweep, not to even mention Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who I did not get to. So, this team, once they do get down in the red zone, it's basically impossible to stop them. So the Raiders are going to have to come away with some stops, prevent these guys from getting down to the red zone, more than 3 or 4 times if they have a single chance. Because, once they get down to the red zone, if they get down to the red zone 4 times, 5 times, it's over. They're gonna have 35, 40 points against the Raiders at that pace. So some stops are going to be crucial. And I think it's possible for the defense, if we're talking about the Raiders playing on all cylinders, their defense not, blowing coverages every other snap, maybe they have a chance to keep the Chiefs, under 33 points. But that would be the best case scenario, honestly. And like I said, they got to maybe take advantage and get an interception or something like that.
Okay. I mean, that doesn't sound very optimistic, but we're keeping it real here. The, I mean, yeah, it's actually interesting because the Chiefs actually struggled in the red zone last year, so that was probably like a thing that they went into the offseason like, hey, what can we get better at?
Yeah.
Because I think they were like right in front of the Raiders in red zone opportunities. So they probably figured that's something that they could get better at. And obviously they're having way better play calling because they're doing awesome in the red zone this year. So they're a totally different team than they were the year before. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough task. I mean, they're gonna have to get some pressure. I mean, the Chargers, who probably are the team that played them the best. I mean, the Patriots did too, but I mean, the Patriots got Chase Winovich, who has a pressure rate of like 28% right now or something crazy. And then yeah, it's nuts. And then and then the Chargers, they got Bosa and they got Ingram. So
Right.
I mean, it's those things factor in to the tougher instances where Patrick Mahomes was struggling a little bit. I mean, because he did have some issues against the Chargers, but it was mostly because of the pass rush. They weren't able to run the ball that much, and they weren't able to.
I'd also say against the Chargers, they had some really interesting schemes and things that I don't think that the Raiders could necessarily replicate. They can't even run their own scheme well. But they will have like the safety on the opposite side of the formation, do what's called like a poach technique, concept where basically like they're looking for the vertical on the opposite side of the formation. So they're coming across and they were taking away those verticals and they were making Patrick Mahomes like win on the outside, like we showed him struggling.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I think that combined with the pass rush that they have, they also, everyone knows Chargers have great defense. They got some really good defensive backs out there. Right. So I think that they've been definitely building for that matchup specifically. That's probably their number one intention is to match up with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And they did a solid job. But obviously it still wasn't enough at the end of the game.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, it's going to be a tough match for this defense, no matter what. I don't know how. I mean, I know last year in Arrowhead, they actually didn't give up too many yards. They still ended up giving 40 points. I know the Raiders' offense didn't help that much, which is kind of what I'm going to get into a little bit about what the Raiders can do. Because I think last year when the Raiders played them, I think they tried to throw deep a little too much. I think Carr tried to, push the ball down the field, and there's just not a lot of open windows here with the Chiefs. And you know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, let's just get into mine. Let's just get into this. Let's just get into the defense here. Let's get into this pass defense. And I know everybody wants to run the ball, right? Everybody says run the ball on the Chiefs, run the ball on the Chiefs. And Chiefs average little 5.3 yards per carry. But the Chiefs do that, right? But the Chiefs also only allow 17.5 points, and their net yards per attempt is 5.5. So they are built to stop the pass. I mean, that's their goal. They let Lamar Jackson run all over them. They didn't care because they knew that nobody's going to be open for Lamar to throw downfield. So you could see some of these covers, like in the red zone, they're moving really fast in the red zone. They're all move at the same time with the bootleg. Right, you check out this bootleg here. Watch the whole defense just move with them. Everybody's in the perfect position. Short game, right? And it's a constant. It's a constant against this Ravens defense, against this Ravens offense. Sorry, the Chiefs defense. They just made play after play, right? And then even looking here, playing the shallow crossers, right? That's something they're going to do this week. That's one of the safeties coming down, making a big hit on the shallow crosser, right? And that's kind of coming from a man look, right? And he's playing the shallow crosser, right? So they're prepared. That's what I'm saying. They're prepared to, and they're coached so well that they're going to be coming up and making big hits when they need to, right? Here's another one that a linebacker who I don't even know his name. He probably can't even be that good, but for some reason he's coached really well and he's making plays in the middle of the field. I mean, Steve Spagnuolo has this team just playing in unison, right? Look at him, just perfect coverage, right? Finds the tight end, makes the play on the football. I mean, it could have been a little bit higher pass, but it doesn't matter, right? And then we got another one here. They're going to be taking away another short play, come up, make the tackle. There's nothing really Lamar can do this whole game. And they were saying that you're going to pass the football on us, Lamar. And Lamar Jackson had 97 yards passing. But you know what else he had? He did have 87 yards rushing, but it didn't matter. So let's get to the Chargers. The Chargers, they threw for what? 311 yards on them. Justin Herbert. Everybody's comparing Justin Herbert to Derek Carr. He's way better, whatever. But the secret to what they did, what you guys are going to see here, is that they just screened them to death. And they were able to move the football through screens. Okay? So you got screens to Keenan Allen, right? So that should be something that John Gruden should see on tape. Chargers were able to move the ball through screens, right? You'll see another screen here too, right? Just screens after screens after screens. Run to Austin Eckler, right? Nice little screen. Get a good 12 yards off the screen. Another screen there, right? And they kept moving the football that way, right? Here's another screen to Keenan Allen in the red zone. Boom, screen. Get a good 8-9 yards. So there should be a lot of throws to Henry Ruggs on screen passes. It should be a thing that we see regularly throughout this game, because once you get to this next play, right, you're going to see this is going to be another bootleg play action play with Herbert rolling out to his left, right? But once again, perfect coverage. There's nobody open. He has nowhere to throw the ball, has to throw the ball into a tight window with Juan Thornhill, right? But here's another play right here where you're going to see there's a nice little check down for him, though, right? But there's still nobody open downfield. If you look again, there's nobody open downfield. But there's a good check down, right? So I think the game plan here has to be, okay, we're going to run the football, we're going to do screens, and we're going to do a little bit of checkdowns, because once again in the red zone right here, look at that tight window on Keenan Allen, right? And that's a rookie on Keenan Allen, and he's guarding him up, right? Because they're coached so well. And you watch Sorensen passes him off to Snead picks him up. There's nothing there, right? And here's another one, check down, 22 yards. So the goal here is check down, screen, hit these checkdowns, because the Chiefs, their defense is built to play against a team that is down and has to pass the ball a million times and throw the ball downfield. That is their goal. That is their what they are built to do. They are built to stop teams who need to move the ball quickly down the field. Like they want you to meticulously move the ball down the field, and they're betting that if they bend and don't break, you're not going to be able to beat them in the red zone.
Right.
That's their bet. And this year, they've been doing it. They've been doing it with mixing up coverages, confusing people. There's a lot of plays. I mean, every time Justin Herbert tried to throw deep, there was nothing there for him. I'm going to say that right now. There's nothing there for Herbert. He made some like really good tight window throws, like the throw to Keenan Allen that was all over Twitter that he made. But there was 3 Chiefs players around him.
And it was perfectly defended too.
and if Mathieu was just 2 inches taller, he's 5'8", right? So if he was 2 inches taller, that ball's knocked down. So that's what I'm talking about with this defense. And I kind of went through that pretty fast, and I know, but basically what I'm saying here is this defense is hard to have open windows on and scheme against because they're really prepared. They're going to know when John is trying to go deep. John Gruden and Derek Carr are trying to go deep. They're going to know it. They're going to know the schemes. They played this offense before. They're going to probably go through old tapes. They played them last year. They're going to be ready for a lot of these things. So I think Henry Ruggs coming back is going to be a huge deal. I think Ruggs is going to, if they use him correctly, if they do some jet sweeps, they get some screens to him, some quick passes, get him in the open field. I think if they do some quick passes to Josh Jacobs, like run some Texas routes, and I know those guys against the Ravens, they're able to come up and get some of those shallows, and they'll probably be playing a little bit more of the shallows too. But I think they have to try to duplicate the Chargers game plan because the Chargers are the only team that have consistently moved the ball on these guys. They're the only team. I mean, there's really no other team. The Texans didn't do it. The Ravens, who have probably one of the best offenses in the league, didn't do it.
Yeah.
The Patriots, I mean, I know they didn't have Cam Newton, but still, they weren't able to do it either.
They had 4 turnovers in that game on defense.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
it's gonna be it's not gonna be. So
when you're if you're the Kansas City Chiefs and your defense is allowing 17 points a game, you're gonna go undefeated if that keeps up. When are the Chiefs not gonna score 17 points? Come on, they're a lock to score 3 touchdowns a game. But let me ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
How many clips would you say were in there when we're in your breakdown?
Like 8 or 9, I would say. I have so many more, bro.
I would say I saw 8 or 9 different coverages.
I told you, BD.
Bro, they played just in those 9 clips, I saw everything. I saw cover 1, I saw cover 3, I saw quarters concepts, I saw split field, half on one side. I saw some cover 7 in there. I like the free safety coming down out of cover 1 and robbing the crosser or nailing down on the crosser when no one was replacing. I don't even know what that look is. Is that like a cover 0 look? Is that the free safety just freelancing at that point? In the red zone, they're playing cover 0. I saw literally every coverage there. So,
and they did it well too. It's not that they did because we talked about last week how Gunther's so complex and he needs to simplify it for the young guys, and these guys are out here doing these like complex coverages. Like I seriously do not know what Tyrann Mathieu does every single time he has the ball. Like I feel like he just does whatever he wants. I feel like that's the coverage. Like you do what you got to do to make a play. And that's what Spagnuolo tells him. It's like, you know what I mean? Like you got to do what you got to do. Because if I try to be like the Texans and I confine you to free safety, you know what I'm saying? You might not be the best player, that we want you to be, right? Because you're confined to being just a free safety. And like here, like I seriously don't. Sometimes he's nickel corner. Sometimes if it's man match, he'll just take a man that he's not even supposed to take. like he just feels like he just thinks the quarterback might go there, so he's gonna take that man. He might blitz if he wants to. He might just come off his man and go guard somebody else because he feels it. he has so much
That's what he
freedom.
did last year when he picked off Derek Carr when he was throwing to Darren Waller.
Yeah.
Remember? Like that's literally he just freelanced on that play.
Yeah, he just has so much freedom, bro, and he just has so much freedom. They allowed him to do whatever he wants to do. This defense, bro, is legit, and I think Raiders fans should know that going into this game, that if they don't play defense on their side, it's not going to be easy for these guys to score. It's just not. It's just not going to be. Nobody's done it yet, and they played probably the best offense besides them.
Yeah,
and they made them look laughable. Like Lamar Jackson couldn't do anything that game.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about this. Like they seriously started rumors again about him not being able to throw the football
because of that defense, right?
And then he came back next week and looked like Lamar Jackson again. That's what I'm saying. I was watching this, man. I'm telling you, there's more clips in this, and maybe I'll add in some more, but like.
So you were saying the keys to victory for the Raiders was to block a punt.
Block a punt, yeah.
Return a kick or a punt for a touchdown.
Yep.
And I'll add in recover an onside kick and throw a Hail Mary for a touchdown. I think that those are the 4 things that have to happen for the Raiders to win. See, you heard it here first, Raider Nation. Okay.
I'm gonna add on, not just that. I'm gonna add on a fumble return for a touchdown.
Okay, yeah, we need a whole bunch of offense on defense, basically, for that to even happen. Yeah.
Yeah, we need a special team score and a defensive score. We need some help.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's how the Titans beat them last year in the regular season. Titans, they got a fumble for a touchdown and they got a kick return for a touchdown.
Yeah, right. But like in all honesty, like we don't want to sound, like we're bashing our favorite team here, guys. But the Chiefs are the cream of the crop. We'd be saying this about just about any team that they're playing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're playing the best football, complementary football, and like Marcus is saying, this is something. Hopefully, I get to talk about this more on the podcast. But the best teams, their offenses and defenses complement each other, right? So, you got this high-flying attack. They take a whole bunch of shots downfield. They're able to score from anywhere on the field with incredible play calling on offense, and so they score a lot of points. And when you look at their defense is built to play with a lead, right? And going up against teams that need to be in a 2-minute drill and need to be in a hurry up and need to score points in a hurry, so they're not built to stop the run, but teams get so far behind so quick, they can't ever, establish that run game no matter what, no matter how hard they try. So this team is built very well, and both units complement each other very well. And I think that's just a recipe for championship caliber football. So hopefully, we see the Raiders get built like that or develop into a team, where the offense and defense complement each other. I think we're a few years off probably still.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not looking great. Don't be upset at us, fans. If you're listening, don't be upset at us. Like we said, onside kick recovery, Hail Mary, and we can win this. Okay, baby.
Special teams, block a kick. Get a block. Kick off return. Let's go, Jalen Richard. Take one back to the house.
Right.
I mean, because that's the reason why the Ravens were in the game. I mean, they got the kickoff return from Devin Durnay.
Right.
And then they had a good second half. But come back to them running the ball, right? And teams running the ball on them. What's crazy about it is that this was the first defense I've ever watched against Lamar Jackson that did not care if he ran the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't care.
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead, bro. Sure, but you're still down 34-17. So
yeah. So, right.
You're going to have to pass. And then the way the Lamar Jackson and the Ravens were built is that they got to throw downfield because, I mean, they do play action. They run, and then they throw downfield on you. They're not going to like meticulously go down the field on you. They run,
right.
Big throw, run, big throw. That's their whole design. That wasn't going to happen that week. So, yeah. Right. But the Chargers have the Chargers have the best game plan. You got to screen them to death, but I mean it's going to be hard in the red zone. Get the red zone, run the football. I mean, Austin Eckler, I mean, he basically dominated the whole game. He had 9 catches, 111 yards, and he had like 80 yards rushing or something like that. I mean, Josh Jacobs might have to have a game like that where he's catching the football a lot. Like we can't be mad about Derek Carr with checkdowns this week. That's basically what I'm saying. Like, let's
So
not get mad.
you're telling people don't get upset if Derek Carr is checked on Charlie this week.
No, he should be. Like, I just showed you guys why he should be. So Justin Herbert did it, right? And he's got to take what they give him, because if he tries to, I'm telling you, like, the Raiders have good wide receivers, and but Keenan Allen's a good wide receiver too. Keenan Allen wasn't good. He wasn't getting open.
Yeah,
he wasn't getting open on this game. So
Raiders don't have anyone as good as Keenan Allen.
No, they do not. And Keenan Allen was going. This is like I started him against the Snead guy. Like the Snead dude was locking up Allen. So I mean, it's. And then they get Rashard.
I got two things. Like I said.
Okay.
While we're on L'Jarius Snead, so correct me if I'm wrong. Most everyone in the draft process thought Amik Robertson was better than L'Jarius Snead, and they played at the same school, Louisiana Tech, right?
Uh-huh.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, you are correct.
Okay, L'Jarius Snead goes to a team with incredible coaching, balls out as a rookie. Amik Robertson gets burnt first play on a team where they're asking him to do some weird things, play man and play, run at the same time. So coaching matters. That's the first thing I'm going to say. Second thing is going back to the screens. Screens are a really good way of attacking this defense, because if you're getting a whole bunch of screens, it changes the coverages that you can run, and you can't run man coverage anymore, because if you're getting run off, right, like you're in man coverage and wide receiver just takes off downfield, you turn your back, you don't see what's going on behind you, right? And by the time you figure it out, you're 20 yards downfield already, okay? So it's going to stop them from running man coverage, right? It's also going to stop that pass rush, because they're going to be like, okay, I got to get out of here to try to go run down this screen, right? Yeah. So the screens are definitely a smart way, but I'm sure Spags is going to have something up his sleeve, if they start throwing screens. And honestly, I don't think that John Gruden is a great screen caller. Yeah. He's got like a couple tight end screens, and he's got like a jailbreak, that he runs to the X when he has Colton Miller run down in the flat and try to block a corner, but other than that, I don't think that, we see a lot of screen volume in this offense. And it's probably honestly like John Gruden's like weakest part of his play calling is the screen game. So that'll be interesting to monitor.
Yeah, I just think about like the Josh Jacobs play where he's like waving his hands, and all the fans love that play. But I think Derek has to be looking for his check down this week. Like he can't worry about what the fans think about his intended air yards. He has to take what this defense gives him. Like, because I mean, I keep going back to Lamar, but it's important because Lamar is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Okay, so you can feel how you feel about how he throws, but he hasn't had a trouble throwing against anybody else, right? Yeah. And I think that this game, the game that I watched, he was trying to throw downfield still, and you just can't on this team. It's just there's nobody open downfield. Like, it's just crazy, and it's just not one game. That's what I was like. Oh, maybe it's just one game. Maybe Justin Herbert. Like, no, it was. It was multiple games this happened. And then even the Texans game, like there's nothing for Deshaun Watson until really late in the game. They're already down like 34 to something, right? 30. Yeah. They were down like huge.
But that just goes back to what we were talking about last week. They don't care if you run the ball. They're not asking their guys, their DBs, to worry about the run. Just play that guy.
They don't care.
Just play that guy, because they're going to pass. We don't have to worry about the run. No team is just going to run the ball 40 times against us, right? 30 times. No way. We're going to score too much on offense. So just play pass all game long and look where it gets them.
Exactly, because the Chargers eventually had to pass, and it didn't work anymore.
Yep.
So.
All right. Any other thoughts that you have on this?
Any other thoughts? There is a stat that I just want to throw out there just for the fans. I was going to put on Twitter, but I haven't put on Twitter. The Raiders are, when they run play action, in their 2 wins, they ran play action 33% of the time. They averaged 34 points a game. In their 2 losses, they ran play action 14% of the time, and they scored 23 and 20 points. So I think that is a big part of the game that they're missing right now. And I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're thinking, but
I don't think you're going to see a lot of play action this week. I don't think that these guys play the run, anyways.
yeah, that's true. They don't play the run, but yeah,
So
that is right.
They're not even going to care.
They're not even going to care because it's true. You're right, because like I said, they didn't care that Lamar Jackson was going to run. They didn't care.
Right. So
go ahead, Lamar. Go ahead, get your 150 yards. Let's see what you go do to the air.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. It's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one on all 3 phases. You know, especially counting on this special teams to get like 2 touchdowns out of the game. Last thing I'll say is
okay.
about the offense. We'll go back to the offense right now.
Okay.
I think this is the week to unleash the pass rush. Stop, please, Paul Gunther. I know you listen. You tune in to us. Okay. Please don't ask your guys to stop the run this week. Just get them in the greens and the goes. Okay, for the listeners, that just means you're telling your defensive line, peel your ears back. Okay, brush the passer. Do not worry about the run. Okay, their running game is not good. Okay, I know Clyde Edwards-Helaire came out on Thursday Night Football and he had that good big first game.
Yeah.
Okay. Since then, he has not been one of the top 5 contributors on this offense. Okay. It's all coming through the passing game. All right. Peel their ears back. Let's get after these guys because I think they are a little susceptible right now, especially on their tackle position. If we can't rush the passer this game, I just don't know when the pass rush is ever going to come out. If we can't rush the passer this game, the pass rush won't come out until Paul Gunther gets fired. I'll just say that.
Let me ask you this: do you think that they should play more Carl Nassib this week, or people like that who are more pass rush specialists? Do you think he should get more snaps?
Like, it's so embarrassing to even talk about this. Carl Nassib is not a starting caliber defensive end in the NFL.
I'm trying to pick. I mean, he's
yeah. No, I think rotate these guys, get them all, keep them all fresh, and just pin your ears back because it sounds like Malik Collins is gonna be playing, but he's definitely gonna be on a pitch count. So, and Maurice Hurst is out, so it's gonna be Cleveland Ferrell playing 3 technique. So it's gonna be Nassib, Key, and Crosby rotating in on pass rush situations to play the edge because I don't know if Clee will ever see a pass rush situation on the edge. He'll play first down on the edge, but Cleveland is gonna be at 3 technique on passing downs most likely because Malik Collins, like, it's not going to be Hankins, obviously, you know. Yeah. So it'll be Malik Collins on one side, Cleveland Ferrell on the other side, and pass right. Unless they start getting into some 3-down dime, which they haven't gotten into yet this year. So we'll see about that.
It's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be interesting. I mean, if they win this game, man, I'm gonna be like, okay, they must have skipped the last 2. They got ready for this one.
I would say don't get your hopes up, so you can be surprised. You know what I'm saying? If it happens.
I really, to be honest, I really don't have any hopes going into this game.
No.
I'm kind of just hoping that they don't get blown out. That's kind of what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. Yes. Some fight. No season-ending injuries. Let's live to play another one after this, guys.
No 34-6. That's basically I don't need a 34.
Please.
No 34-6. Because one, I won't be able to be on Twitter for all week because they'll be killing Carr if they go 34-6. It won't even matter.
Yeah. Right.
What happened? Nope. That's that. They will definitely be killing him.
At what point do you think Raider Nation is gonna, have like just an indivisible, like just a crushing fracture You know, which one of these losses is just going to pin Raider Nation against each other?
I think this one.
Like a civil war.
I think this one.
This is going to be the last straw, right?
This is the last straw.
No one's going to be cool with each other after this.
See, my other prediction for this game is like, even if it is close, and which I kind of have a feeling. I have two things about this game. I have a weird feeling for some reason that the Raiders are going to be prepared for this game, and they're going to come out looking good, and they're going to shock us, right? I just have some kind of feeling, but I think they're still going to blow it. And I think if they blow it, there's two things that's going to happen. Is that Raider fans are going to turn on John Gruden, which I think is a possibility if let's say, I'm just saying, if they're up and they like kick a field goal in the fourth down or something.
Oh, right.
I think that could happen, but I know if they lose, no matter what, I mean, there's going to be people going to be asking for Mariota for sure.
What do you think would be worse? If the Raiders just get completely blown out, right? Or the offense actually looks good, but like Derek Carr like fumbles and they lose the game off that fumble, or like interception, pick six. When like to lose the game, like I feel like that would be worse for Raiders fans.
Yeah,
like Carr could throw for like 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he'll make like one mistake at the end of the game that loses the game, and they'll be like, "This guy sucks. Get him out of here."
We'll never win the Super Bowl with him. Yeah, I could. Yeah.
He does it every time in Arrowhead. So
he sucks so bad there. I don't know what it is, bro. He just never.
It's bound to happen again.
He just is terrible there. He's always been terrible there. I don't know why. He could be having the best season, just like in 2016, and he just went there. I know his finger was frozen or whatever, but that was an embarrassing game that week. That was embarrassing. Like he just always goes there embarrassed. I don't know what it is. Maybe we'll see. Maybe I don't know. I just wonder what their game plan is going to be. I hope it's going to be the short game, and they don't try to do the whole let's throw over the top of the head the Rugs and all that stuff.
They're gonna throw deep to Rugs on the first series for sure.
You think so?
Yeah.
Try to open it up, but I'm telling you,
I don't think that they're even worried about how the Chiefs have been playing. I think they're more worried about how the Chiefs have played them in the past, specifically.
That's a good point. That is a good point, and that was something I was thinking about too. Like,
but it seems like they've improved across the board on defense so much that you can't ignore that at all.
You can't, bro. I mean, because last year they were good at the end of the year. But that's what I think it's more about, like, last year as the year progressed, they got so much better on pass defense.
They did,
and they brought like most of those guys back, and it's their second year in the system. So now they just look like they're perfect execution with everything. So,
I'm sorry, we're going way over, but what do you think about Rashad Breeland
coming back? Oh, that's gonna be tough, bro.
I think Rashad Breeland is one of the most overrated corners in the NFL.
Yeah.
Go after him. He's not good. He's not good. Okay? Not good. Rashad Breeland, like 3 years ago, we were watching him just get torched, like left and right. Okay? This guy is like, he's like a Sean Smith. Okay? Like that's what this guy is. All right? He's on a great team.
Yeah.
I'm not a Rashad Breeland fan. I think that he can be beat. So hopefully he gets one-on-one with Nelly, and Nelly, routes him, makes him up, and they can take advantage of that. But yeah, we'll see.
We'll see, man. We'll see. All right, guys. So that's a preview episode. I know we don't sound too optimistic, but we apologize for that. But we're just trying to keep you guys the real.
What do you mean? Special teams touchdown. Block, field goal, block kick, block punt.
Right?
Yeah.
Jalen Richard, let's go. I'll tell you, Jalen Richard.
Hail Mary.
Jalen Richard, dog. I need you to come to play. I need some good kick returns this week. That's what I need, Jalen.
It could all happen.
It can. It can. Maybe Hunter Renfrow punt return touchdown. Let's go, Hunter. Right. Let's go. Special teams. That's what we need.
One time they punt all game.
You got to take it back. He's got to take it to the house.
Take it back. They
No
don't.
fair catches, bro.
Their punt team doesn't get out there very often. They're not going to be firing on all cylinders. You know, our punt return team. Our defense is for some. I guess we don't get out there too much either.
No. I think Hunter was like 1 punt, 2 punt returns the last 2 games. But it's possible if you know what I'm saying.
Right.
They punt it and then we take it back to the house, get it, and then get a kick return touchdown and then a fumble touchdown. That's 21 points.
Right, and an onside kick recovery.
It's onside
and a Hail Mary.
Are we doing that to start the half? We doing the onside kick to start the half? Get the ball back?
I love it. Yeah, we have to do that.
Another if it's 4th down and less than 5 inside the 40, like they can't kick field goals either.
I know what you mean.
They can't, bro. I'm sorry. Like you can't. Like you have to. Like you. That's not gonna work. I'm sorry. Like this.
I just really feel like John Gruden is gonna be like, take the points.
I know he is, but I just
take the points against the Chiefs. You got to take the poin's.
3's better than 0.
He's not upset about any of those decisions last week.
He's not.
He's not. All the fans are upset. He's not upset at all because they were Foster Moreau was like 5 inches too far forward, and then that would have been another touchdown. That would have been a tie game. So he's like, no, it's Foster Moreau's fault. It's not my fault for calling field goals or telling the kick team to get out there.
Yeah.
Daniel Carson, fantasy kicker extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. I'm going over.
You're good.
I'm doing too much.
I know. All right, guys. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. If it's your first time here, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you check out all our other breakdowns. Like I said, go ahead, check out BD's Marie's first breakdown. It's really good. We even got a little guest appearance from Maurice Hurst during the breakdown. So there's just a little, name shout out there. So, we're getting some eyes out there. We're getting some eyes. So, make sure you do that. Follow BD at BD Williams 18. Follow me at the Mark John NFL. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, one more time, just hit the subscribe button, guys. We appreciate it. Like I said, I think we're at 1,220 subscribers already. We've only been doing this since like August, the beginning of August. So it's been, a nice little rise in the past 2 months. So we really appreciate you guys and hope you guys keep growing with us. Tell your friends, let everybody know, everybody who loves Raiders content, let them know that, we're out here trying to give you guys the best content that we can. So, any last words, BD?
That's it, guys. Go Raiders this weekend.
Let's go. Raiders. All right. See you later.